Hi there, welcome back to my channel. I've started this tutorial series where I post videos related to SAP's integration technology, and today I'm going to discuss about DomParser and its usage in SAP PI. So you are going to learn three things here. First, the introduction to DOM and what are its components, why do we need DomParser in building SAP PI interfaces, and when do we use the DomParser. How do we use DOM APIs in Java mapping in SAP PI? DOM comes in as a package for the Java API for XML libraries. The Java API for XML processing, or javax.xml, one of the Java's application programming interfaces, provides capability of validating and parsing the documents. So the keyword here is validating and parsing XML documents. Validating means you prepare a schema and validate the XML documents against that schema, and parsing XML documents, your program, your Java code reads the XML documents, and whenever you want to manipulate the elements of the XML document, you can use this API to do that. So it has three basic parsing interfaces. This library which the Java has provided has three basic parsing interfaces. The first one is DOM, which we are going to talk about today, and the second one is SAX interface, which is simple API for XML parsing. This is another API which we use in Java mapping or in PI mappings. Whenever we create a Java mapping program or UDF, we use SAX parsing interface. I'm not going to cover this today, but in future I'm definitely going to make a video tutorial because this is also an important topic. So for today's topic, that is DOM API or Document Object Model API, let's go through the definition. So the definition says that the document object model is a cross-platform and language-independent interface. Cross-platform and language independent, two keywords again, which treats XML and HTML documents as tree structure. So what it does, that it is going to convert your XML into a tree structure. As you can see on the right hand side, you have this tree structure where document node, or you can say that document is in the top of the tree, or you can say the root of the tree, and then it branches out with the root element, element head, element body, and further down to text, which is my header, my link, and my title. So it says that an XML or HTML document as a tree structure wherein each node is an object representing part of the document. So each node is an object representing part of the document. In XML, when we apply DOM API, everything is treated as a node. So here, if you see on the right hand side, elements, attributes, and the text which are there inside the elements, everything is a node. So what happens that when we say node, the definition of node is something like whatever is there in the XML. When we see it from DOM perspective, everything is an XML node. The entire document is a document node. Every XML element is element node. Every attribute is attribute node, and comments are also considered as nodes, which are known as comment nodes. So you can access all these things using the predefined functions which are given in the DOM API. Here I have a sample XML for you, and I'm going to take this in my illustration. I'll show you that how can you parse this XML and go through each and every node and retrieve the information from this XML. You can apply logic to these data. So let's say we have to somehow get hold on the food somehow get hold on the breakfast menu, and in the breakfast menu you have to go to the second food node, and we have to know the price of that food item. So the name of the food item is strawberry Belgian waffles, and the price is $7.95. So if I have to retrieve that information, how we are going to do it and what is required, I'm going to show you by doing a hands-on example. So I'll jump into my Eclipse and show you how to write the program. So now I'll go to my Eclipse and I'm going to create a new Java project. I'll name this project as DomParser project, DomParser. I'll create a class inside this project. This will be my Java mapping class. So JMDomParser. In package, I'll give a name. So my package name will be com.integration.pi. Once my project is ready, I'm going to import Java mapping library. So if you are using NWDS, you will get the Java mapping library or the SAP PI mapping library from this option. However, I am using standard version of Eclipse, so I have the jar downloaded. I'm going to add it externally. So I have this jar. I have added it. Now I'm going to extend my Java mapping class with abstract transformation class. Abstract. Once I do that, I have to implement the transform method. This is where I'm going to write my logic. So I'm going to create document. For that, I'll create DocumentBuilderFactory object. I'll name the object as factory. This will be static method. So this new instance is static method, and using that method I have a document builder factory object created. So using factory object, I'm going to get the document builder object, new document builder. This returns me a document builder object. Document. I'll name this object as doc builder, and I'm going to organize the input. So I did control Shift and O to organize the input. Now I'm getting an error. It is saying that there is unhandled exception, that is pass configuration exception. To remove that, I'm going to put this code block inside a try catch block, and instead of catching the pass exception or passing exception, I'm going to catch a generic exception. Catch exception E. I'll print the trace. So my document builder object is ready. Using that, I'll create the document. So I'm going to use parse method here. So this is not a empty document. Instead, this document will have the content of the input payload. So let me change the name of these two parameters. I'll change it to in and out, and in dot get input payload dot get input stream. So now we have a document built from the input payload. I'll store this object inside a document variable, and I'll organize the import. Once this is done, your document is now ready, and now you can fetch the data from this document, and the content of the document will be the input XML payload which you will be receiving in your PI. So now let's write fetch payload content. So we use document object here to fetch the content of payload. So we use the get methods here, and there are various get methods, like a number of them, around 20, and you can experiment with these. But what I'm going to show you is this, the get elements by tag name method, and I will use a name tag name as food. Why I am doing that? Because I have this XML, sample XML, which has breakfast menu, which has multiple food nodes inside it, and there are 5 food nodes. So what I'm going to do is I'll try to read the details of the first food item and try to print that inside my output payload. So this will give me the list of nodes. I'll capture this object inside node list variable, and I'll name it as food node list. Okay. Once I've captured this, I'll organize the imports again. So I have the list of nodes here, and I'm going to take the first food item. So from list, I have taken the first item at 0th index. What I'm going to do is get first child. So I'm taking the first child from this, what I have taken in item 0, the first food node, and the first child here is the name node. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to fetch the text content of this name tag. So go back to my ID. I'll do first child get text content. Okay, let me save this in a string. First food name. Saved it inside a string, and now I'll write this in my output payload. So this will be writing data in output payload. So what I'm going to do, that I'll call get output payload method on the out object, which is transformation object of transformation output class. So get output payload, get output stream. So now I have the stream and I have the output stream, and now I'm going to write in that output stream. So I'm going to use first food name dot get bytes. So we are expecting that our output payload will just have this name written, this name of the food written. And what I'm going to do, that I'm going to export this file as a jar file, and I'll export it as DOM-tutorial.jar, and it will be on my desktop. So there is the jar. This is the jar, DOM tutorial jar. I'll go to my ESR object, and I have created these two objects. First is the operation mapping object, second one is the imported archives. So I already had one jar file earlier which I had imported here. Now I'm going to replace it with the DOM tutorial.jar. I have imported it successfully. I'm going to save it and activate it. Now I'll go to my operation mapping, definitions, change it. I'm going to use JMDomParser. That is the imported archives name, and I'll activate it again. Here I have this test payload ready, and I'll execute. So as you can see that in the processing log I have this message written that class JMDomParser has been loaded and it has successfully executed, and in the result side we have the name of our first food item, that is Belgian waffle. Similarly, what you can do, that you can go and try to retrieve the other values. The process is same, and there are many other methods and many other ways for accessing these elements. So you can try it out and let me know about it in the comment section. Thank you.